Hello, welcome back to those of you who have watched my last video on probability. Today we are still going to talk about probability, but today we are going to mostly focus on telling the difference between independent events versus disjoint events. And so for those of you who have not watched the last video, I will briefly tell you what I discussed on my last video. So last video we had to find the probability of country A having blood type O, and we came up with 0.47, because if you add up all of these blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, and blood type O for just country A, they should add up to 1, because every probability is out of 1. And so today the question is, suppose that a person from country A and a person from country B are selected at random independently of each other. What is the probability that both have type AB blood? So first, before we even look at this chart here, let's really take a look at what is the question asking. So we know that we're talking about a person, so any one person from country A. It helps me to underline stuff. So country A and a person from country B, and they're selected at random. But the main keyword here for this question is this one, independently of each other. So I want to really circle independently. And so we have to find the probability that both have AB blood. So we're looking at this column right here, AB. So we can circle that. And so in order to find a person from country A and a person from country B, what is the probability of them both having AB blood? We must really focus in on what does the word independently mean, or independent. And so right now I will define for you what does it mean to be independent, what are independent events versus disjoint events. So our first concept is independent. So, what does it mean to be independent? Well, according to rule number 5, it's called the multiplication rule for independent events. That's rule number 5. And well, oops, let me get that on. There we go. Rule number 5, multiplication rule for independent events. And so you see multiplication and you see independent. And so I'll write down rule number 5 for you. So two events, A and B, are independent if knowing that one occurs does not change the probability that the other occurs. So if A and B are independent, it should be the probability of A and B equals the probability of A multiplied by the probability of B. And this is also known as the multiplication rule for independent events, as stated right here. And so think about it. If something is independent, think about multiplication. Independent multiplication. And so now to discuss about disjoint. So two events of disjoint. This relates to rule number 4. Oops, I'm sorry. Rule number 3. Let's do this. Rule number 3 out of our probability rules. And so rule number 3 says two events A and B are disjoint if they have no outcomes in common, and so can never occur together. If A and B are disjoint, then the probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B. So for disjoint events, remember to always think of adding, so addition. And for, again, independent events, think about multiplying. So going back to our question, suppose that a person from country A and a person from country B are selected at random, independently of each other. What is the probability that both have type AB blood? And so, as we just discussed, since this is talking about independent events, we must, in order to find the answer here, we must multiply blood type AB from country A and blood type AB from country B. So we would have to do 0.05 multiplied times 0.03, and then we would get our answer of 0.0015. And so this is how you find the probability of two independent events. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that it has helped you, and if you have any question, please leave a comment below.